Vanguardian 650, just kicking the bobo on the Saturday morning. Uh, NBA Lakers win again. I believe they beat I want to say the Grizzlies. They beat them at 1 point. Celtics go down to they lose to the Cavaliers 123 116. Cavaliers are really good. Celtics are good too. Um, I believe in the Knicks won. And that's probably the only thing, the only teams I'm really interested in at this moment. Golden State is making a resurgence since they got Jimmy Butler. I hope everything works out for them. Um, Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, they're wild cards, man. But we'll see what happens there. They're in the thick of it. I think they're in the eighth spot right now. The Warriors, Dallas, I think is there. I think they're between 8 and 7 and 9 spot. I haven't checked the standings, so bear with me. Um, NBA, and I don't start paying attention really until playoff time. I just don't. I just don't. I need something on the line, So that's the difference, man. NFL, every game is almost like can have playoff implications. You know what I'm saying? Every game, playoff implications. The NBA gets so many games, 82 games. People don't start playing until after the All-Star break. Players cruise. I get it. They're trying to preserve their bodies, and But for me, I just don't pay attention until around tail end of March and April, when playoffs are coming up. So that's just how I roll with the NBA. Now I do look at college. I find college a little bit more interesting, because they got a lot to play for. Every game, especially at the turn of the year around January up until got March Madness coming up. So every game is important right now for them. Every college, university, who has a shot. Every game right now is very important, for seedings, positioning, the whole nine. It's sports, man. Uh, the world that we live in. You saw the little baby situation. His lawyer came out and suggested that the police were just overstepping, way out of line. The whole nine. He's defending his client. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I think Lil Baby even made a post, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever they use these days, whatever socials. Um, I just thought it was kind of reckless. If allegedly that's what happened, you shoot a music video in a rival blood neighborhood, allegedly, you being a Crip, allegedly. See, this is what happens. A lot of these alleged individuals, with their street affiliations, members, and they use these memberships as record labels. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think Atlanta, I think they took that L, man. To be honest with you, with that Young Thug case, they were very. It was just a clown show, and I think they're like, okay, gloves are off, and their next targets, they're gonna catch the full brand, full brunt. You know what I'm saying? So they lost a lot of money on that Thug case. That case went on for 3 years. I think it went on for almost 3 years before he even went to trial. The trial was a joke. It was just a kangaroo court. It was. I mean, they had to remove the judge, replace him with. The judge was doing something shaky. The one they replaced with, it just was a lot of funny things going on. So we'll see how the developments of this alleged shooting. Well, it wasn't an alleged shooting. Someone did. Two young kids got shot. Teenagers, young, got killed. in the aftermath of this video shoot and the retaliation and the ramifications of that led to the death of two young teenage boys, unfortunately. Condolences go out to both families. So it's just ongoing vicious cycle of violence that we love, and we caught up in the underworld. That seemed like all we have to hold on to. We hug that underworld life, and it's really detrimental to our people, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's just detrimental. We just have not advanced. If you're gonna have these type of organizations, at some point, the organization itself needs to modify. Who are you helping out in the hood? Outside of passing out turkeys and backpacks, which is good. But what else are you doing? Are you implementing any? Are you trying to get mainstream? Because you don't want to work with the police. You don't want to work with anybody of authority. So how are we maintaining? And what makes you a positive influence in these neighborhoods? You know what I mean? Like I said, the gangs in Atlanta are pretty prevalent. I just, growing up and coming up, never would have thought Atlanta would turn out with this much gang activity. But some of it I know is by design from the higher ups. I'm not naive, but how are we we just keep letting these people trick us into the negative stuff, man. And to be fair, when we get into the positive things, they give us we got to jump through all these different hoops and to get licensed and get zoning licenses to have stuff for the neighborhood. So it's frustrating on both sides, and all we can do is just keep persevering and do the best we can and pray. We just got to pray. It's the first day of Ramadan. We just got to pray. I shouldn't even be on this because it's Ramadan. I need a fast. I need a fast from everything, socials, everything. And just, hold on to what the good things are in life are about. Start focusing on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one man. I just try to give commentary on what I think. Doesn't always make sense, but you hate to see teenagers lose their life. They're killing babies, man. That can't sit right with you people. Are we so we're just so desensitized when it comes to these murders? I guess we are. We're losing, man. We're losing because we keep falling for it. Violence is never the answer because it begets more violence. And so it's a vicious cycle. Can't stop, won't stop, 24/7. And that's where we're at. But do you blame them? I mean, some of our elders, so-called religious leaders are getting caught up in scandals and scams and crime and infidelity, everything. They're human beings, we know that, but we usually hold reverends and pastors to a certain standard, and those standards are not being met. If you're holding your position, you're using your position for your own personal pleasures and gains and womenizing and all that type of stuff, then you're just a piece of shit. Excuse my candor. It is what it is. So we need to hold people accountable as always. We need to hold ourselves accountable as well. And we need to do better, man. Stop living in this underworld. We got more than the underworld. We have life out here. We got positive things out here, man. Start doing the positive things. Anyway, that's just my rant for today. Vanguardian 650. Peace.